All right, so for this challenge video, we're going to be solving the nesting tags challenge. And in this challenge, we're going to be creating a paragraph tag and a bold text tag and nesting the bold text inside of the paragraph text. So we can create a new paragraph tag just like this. We create an opening tag element, and then we create a closing tag element like this. And then we can create some text inside of this tag. So we can say this is a paragraph, like that. And you can see now that this text is being rendered over here in our preview. Okay, and so then the purpose of this challenge is to create a B tag inside of this paragraph tag. And the B tag is just it's basically the same as the paragraph tag, but using a B instead of a P, and the B stands for bold. So we can just add another tag in here like this and say this is bold text, and then we can have a closing tag like that. And now you can see that in our preview we have this is a paragraph and then this is bold text. And also you can see all three of our tests are passing. So we can go ahead and hit our run button just to check, and we see that this passes the challenge. All right, so what's going on here is that this challenge is showing us how we can have tags nested inside of other tags. So this entire element here with text inside of it that's bold, all of this is included inside of this paragraph tag. And so the takeaway here is that in HTML, you can include tags inside of other tags. And there are some rules about in which cases you can do this, but in most cases with text tags like this, or some of the other tags later that you'll learn, the rules are pretty flexible, and generally you can nest tags together as you see fit. And this is especially powerful once you start to use div tags, because div tags are basically like boxes which allow you to group elements in a page. And so being able to nest different div tags together allows you to create more interesting layouts within a page. All right, and one more thing to mention here is that I broke this into 3 lines just to make it a little bit easier to see what's going on, but we could collapse this all into one line. And those additional line breaks don't have any impact in terms of how this is going to be rendered. And so as the HTML is translated into a document that you can actually see, these additional line breaks here in the source code don't really have any effect. And neither do the tab characters. So if we wanted to actually have a line break here, we would need to represent that in HTML in some other way, and the same thing with tabs. And we'll cover how to do that in some later lessons. And so one more thing to point out is that in the workspace here, we have this feature to format your code. So if I click this now, you'll see that it just automatically formats the code that I have here. So this is a handy tool that you might find useful from time to time, because it can be tedious if you try to actually go through and manually format the code that you're typing, and really that's just something that can take up a lot of time. And it turns out that we have this handy tool here, and we'll teach you about some other tools that can do something similar to this later in the course. So this is a really good way to just clean up the formatting of your code if you ever have a lot of code here and you don't want to try to format it manually. All right, and so with that, that's going to wrap up this video, and we'll see you in the next one.